Welcome back, everybody. Again, Skillet Sauce right here.
Skillet sauce is on my
Yeah, we haven't had a good teacher-student relationship story in a while,
Yeah, this is
so we're gonna make up for lost time
yeah.
because a Georgia high school teacher, Danita Wilson, not black,
And she's not black. She's not black.
was arrested after the Georgia Bureau of Investigation launched
And
an
she's
inquiry.
32. She's 32 years of age. So
And married again. What? These husbands, man, what the fuck?
I don't know. They certainly coming up short.
Math teachers accused of having sex with not one, not two, not three, four, five, or six, but 7 students. Now, the thing is, here's the caveat: all but one apparently were over the age of 16, which in Georgia, that's consensual age.
Only one. Yeah, wait a second. No, they were at least 16.
Right.
Yeah, one was younger than
One was
16.
15.
Yeah, so wow.
So, I guess outside of the whole
Technically,
teacher-student shit,
yeah, outside of teacher-student.
only raped one kid, and not 6, which would make her a serial rapist.
Now, what I want to know is if she ever did anything with them all at the same time. Was she like getting totally trained out by these kids?
Hopefully it's on the internet somewhere. Notwithstanding the age of the male pupils, having sex with a student is classified as a felony for teachers in Georgia. The maximum sentence the maximum sentence for such a crime is 25 years in prison and a $100,000 fine. Yeah, she's going to be in trouble because it's not like, we were in
random
love,
thing or we were in love.
passion.
No, she just wanted to get bust out by the math class.
Good Lord. Wilson's sentence could extend to 50 years in the case of the underage student. Wow, so it's yeah.
She's gonna do hard
She's in
time.
trouble. She's got to do it at least like 10 years. It has to be at least 10 straight years she's got to do.
What does she go home and tell her? I mean, because she compounded everything. I mean, the fact that if you are going to rob the cradle like that, why do it with students? You know, that's my whole thing. Because that's
Easy
a separate
access.
Easy access, but that's a whole different charge. I mean, this woman clearly wasn't thinking straight, man.
Yeah, that's true, because if she just banged the 6 or 7 16-year-olds that wasn't under her care,
it's just okay. You're a woman. You're just robbing a cradle. You're immoral or whatever. But you're not going to jail.
Yeah, she fucked up.
She totally screwed her. Well, no, she got screwed.
But what do you expect her to do? Check for IDs here?
Well, I mean, you know, I mean, she
They
had
probably,
to have known.
just come in, whatever.
Yeah,
Who's next?
She had to have known.
Teacher, you go to the school records. Hey,
Exactly.
I think Ben.
So now we're going to school records to see who's eligible to bang
Well, I
me.
mean,
This
if
is what's
you're
going
gonna
on.
do it, you're gonna do it. Do it right.
Because, like I said, at the worst, she could have been just a dirty old pervert
A
who got
dirty lech.
divorced by a husband. Now she's looking at like fucking 200 years in fucking jail.
I'm serious, man. I understand what you're saying, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna do this kind of treachery, do it right. Find out these guys' records, and then, if anything, get boned out during the summer recess.
Right.
So
You think it's legal then?
I don't know. I don't know, but maybe you might be with a good attorney.
We're not promoting this, mind you.
But I'm trying to figure out that this could have been sorted much better than this.
The GBI begins investigation following a tip received by the Charlton County School Board. According to the school board conducted a brief investigation of its own before passing the case on to the sheriff's office. Wilson has worked for the school since 2003, primarily as a 9th grade math teacher, and had never had any disciplinary issues. Yeah, she got all her discipline from her students.
That's right. They was probably in there counting like the
Why
count
did-
from
why did-
Sesame
Why
Street.
did this not happen?
1, 2.
Right.
Why did this not happen?
When I was younger, it seemed like you
Yeah,
never heard
we
these
all say the
stories
same thing. Yo,
when we were
listen.
younger. We never really heard
My
stories
home-
like this.
No, listen. I knew a dude in school. Did you ever meet Hawkbone?
No, I
Bone.
won't.
Who do you hang out with?
No, his name was Hawk Ryan, but we was just teasing him.
So this is what you call them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. That's my name for him. Hot Bone.
My man,
And the
Hot
bone
Bone.
got an echo. That's right. Hot Bone, Bone. Any case, he used to come to school
Right.
mad tired. So he's like, yo, man, you falling asleep in this first period. What you so tired for? He said the chick next door to him was putting him through the paces. He was 15. She
Right.
was sexing him out every night.
How old was she?
She was in her 30s. And he brought a picture of this chick, and she was bad. I'm like, yo, I cannot believe this. This dude's coming on. Nobody was like, damn, man, you're getting raped.
Exactly.
We were all like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with our luck? That's what we was thinking. Like, yo, this is some bullshit.
Yeah, how you get your bone that high, dog?
It would not one of us felt like, oh my God, what a terrible thing. Yo, you're missing out on sleep and all this. No.
What's the oldest female that you guys have ever dealt with as a youngster? You know, under the age of 21.
Now all my everything was right around my age.
Right.
Under 24.
When you were
I was. Oh shit! No. Actually, let me see. No. No. I'm saying because it was all in my age range from 20. It was all in my age range. The first time I dealt with anybody that was older than me, I'm not going to say her name. It was a 2-year age difference, and I was 21, and she was 23, going on 24. No, she was actually 24. Yeah,
that's not bad.
Yeah. But I remember my homeboy. I won't even say homeboy. That fucking skull face Maribel. Said he was he had went someplace and he had messed with a girl, a woman that was like 15 years older than him. So we were like, you know, what's the difference? Wow, what was it like? None of us was like, oh my God. It was always like, yo, what's the difference?
I had one that was 18 years older.
18? Okay, how was
I was 20. She was about 38.
Oh, so that must have been that's probably a really good experience for you, right?
It was cool. You know what I found was like the most ironic thing to me. I tried to do something nice, and I took her to a Morris Day and a Time.
Mm.
Doing concert with Rose and a few other people there, and I see my pops and his girlfriend.
That's funny.
Right. And this is, you know, I'm 20 years old, just ripping and running, you know, in college or whatever. Yeah. But I've done the older thing when I was younger, but I don't. Looking back on it, I don't think it wasn't that much enjoyable. I think I would much rather probably dealt with someone my age. It was cool as far as a learning experience, but
you know, I just think the expectations are different.
Right.
From, you know, when
she taught me a lot about life, period, more than it was sexually.
When I think about the type of arguments and nonsense that I used to get into,
Right.
you know, when I was, you know, dealing, you know, when I was in my early 20s, the kind of shit that I heard. Now, most likely, you know, since I'm, you know, me, I don't even know how ridiculous I probably sounded at the time.
Right.
So, you know, I guess it's just a different sort of mentality. Different, you know, dealing with a person that's more mature, more settled. I guess it could be intimidating in some ways because, you know, you probably feel like, well, you know, what the hell does this woman want from me, you know, in a situation like that, outside of the obvious, you know, young meat. But I'm like, outside of that, you know, what can this person possibly see in me? So, but this is totally different because it's like I hear dirty ass lecherous dudes when I, you know, say a whole bunch of stuff about I won't even look at an 18-year-old girl.
Right.
I won't even look at her. I just can't. I don't care what she looks like.
Ken will.
Yeah.
I see his face.
Nah, I just, you know what it is?
I'll look to see if she's 18. And
Right.
if she is, then
You're checking school out.
I'll
Yeah.
take my parting glance.
Yeah, but you got a sack of lollipops on the side just in case, right? But for me, it's just that when you look at a teenager's eyes, it's
Right.
like it's
The naive,
it's
the
disgusting.
youngness.
I
It's
think
too much.
it's just like anybody that can do that is just disgusting. It's just reprehensible to me.
Right.
You know, so this woman was clearly taken advantage. I mean, and I was saying in this situation, you know, I would have done the same. Yo, that
And
chick
she's all right looking. I mean, she's not even like she's.
Listen,
You
can never blame the
she
kid,
looks better
either
than my
male or
that's what I'm
female.
saying.
You can
She
never blame
looks
the
better
kid.
than my fucking right hand, and that's what I was using at 15.
But you
So
know,
if I'm getting some real live.
You know, the fucked up thing is we talking about, you know, like old and younger. Like my hottest teachers were back when I was in public school,
Right.
in grade school. Like and sorry, Miss Alimony, if you're seeing this, but trust me, I'm not the only one.
She's probably dead.
No, actually, she should be like. I think she should be like 65 now.
Right.
But it was this. She was a big ass Italian chick.
Right.
Had the smoky shaded glasses and shit.
But you realize she's 65
Feathered
now.
hair.
though.
Yeah, but I don't know what she looks like now. All I'm thinking back is back in 1980 or 78
Right.
or whatever the hell it was.
Right.
And had the spiked high heel shoes that painted on jeans.
Right.
And I'm telling you, everyone, always, the whole class. I mean, this is what, you know, your homes was just buttons. So you're just starting to notice these things. That was like the best teacher I've had. But like I said, that would have been.
Well, did you learn anything in the class? Do you even?
No, yeah, no, I was a good student, but
Count
I'm
to
just saying.
5.
But I'm saying in that situation, she'd have been beaten to death if the cops got her because I was like 11 years old and shit.
Oh yeah.
Right,
But I mean,
know,
to me, I mean, in the whole male-female dichotomy, it just makes it different because I mean, and that's just society because she is technically raping these guys, but just knowing how I felt at 15 and 16.
Well, actually, only one technically.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying, deal with it. Even okay, let's just deal with the one.
Mhm.
At 15, I would have been all over this broad if she was going to give me that because the only alternative, I mean, at 15 years old, I was kicking over garbage cans out of frustration because I couldn't figure out how to close the deal. So for me to have this woman just like here, it's right here, and you could do whatever you want. I mean, I can't say that as the so-called victim, I would have just allowed myself to be victimized as many times as she would have allowed it.
Damn right.
But it's still just as far as in the bigger picture.
Yeah, and her, she's wrong. I mean,
she's
no
wrong.
question
She's completely
wrong.
wrong.
Good for them, but she's wrong.
Yeah, she's definitely wrong.
Shame on you.
And if my son, because I think about it, if I ever had it, ever have kids, what would I do if my 15-year-old son was being dealt with by his student? I would feel horrible.
Right.
I would feel like, you're going there to get education, not, sex education, at least not like this.
I keep going back to the husbands.
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel?
He must feel like garbage, man. He must be so, I don't know what, I mean, because it's like, okay, you're not even, it's one thing if you're cheating with some Herculean, college track star or something like that. You're like, oh my God, some, Adonis, but little kids, you put these children over me?
Well, it's not even that. I think the more troubling problem is when you look at the person you're dealing with and say, how did I not see that she has a problem?
She has a problem like that she would actually,
that's a mental issue.
That she would actually do something like that because.
Like you didn't realize she likes watching the SpongeBob with the neighbors.
That's right.
Like now, her eating Fruit Loops in the morning.
Exactly. I mean,
now.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
Hits you like, yeah.
Yeah, but speaking of kids, well, here's another story, and I know you probably heard about this one. It's the giggling woman flips judge the bird, and the judge wasn't amused.
Oh,
okay. This story is actually far funny, but she's a woman. She's technically 18. It says never mess with people who have the power to make your life miserable. That includes the DMV employees, waiters, and baggage handlers, and judges, especially them. A Miami woman faces drug charges. Made her situation much worse when she laughed and then flipped off the man with the gavel. Filed this case under ill-advised. According to NBC Miami, 18-year-old Penelope Soto was in court for charges relating to possession of Xanax, a prescription drug. Judge Jorge Rodriguez, whatever his last name is, was in the process of setting her bond. He asked Soto about the value of her jewelry. Soto laughed. That was strike one. And he said, it's not a joke. We're not at a club now, Rodriguez said. We're not in a club. Be serious about it. Soto replied, I'm serious about it. You just made me laugh. I apologize, blah, blah, blah. The judge says, like what? Soto compared the jewelry to a wealthy rapper. She replied that the jewelry is like Rick Ross. It's worth money. So the perplexed judge asked Soto, because he didn't understand what the fuck the hell he knows of Rick Ross.
I don't even know what the fuck.
Get the fuck out of here. So he said, had you taken drugs within the past 24 hours? Because he's like, why would you be telling me about some Rick Ross shit? So she was like, no, I didn't. So the judge then set her bond for $5,000 and she said, bye-bye. Soto chuckled and said, adios. She said bye-bye and then said adios. The judge told her to bring her ass back here, banged his gavel. Now it's $10,000. You think she would learn? So Soto asked the judge if he was serious. Judges are not known for their joking around. So he said, I am serious. And then he said, adios. Soto then lost her goddamn mind and basically gave the finger to the judge and said, fuck you. And he gave her 30 days. 30 days in the big house because of her ignorance and entitlement. Now, the reason I like this story is because, number one, good for your fucking ass.
Hold on. Did this child have, and woman, whatever, not have representation?
I don't know what she had, but she's obviously fucking stupid.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Any lawyer should tell her to shut the fuck up.
And she's already in the county garb. And then she's going to, I mean, listen, this is an entitlement age to where it's disgusting. And, I was thinking about this when they was talking about so many different things in our society and, what you call it, Stretch from over there in California, he's always mentioning this, seeing it's in his industry, how these young people feel entitled because you think of it, everything we have, instantly you want some information, you can get it on the internet. You want some validation about something you've done, you put it up on Facebook. Look at my painting, look at my, listen to my song. This is where I hung out, and you get instant gratification, instant acknowledgement. So they were talking about collegiate athletes, how they're starting to fine and suspend coaches because they're cursing at the kids. They're cursing at the teenagers.
But see, to me, that's the problem right there. As I told you before, I told you guys before, my brother did was a temp as a teacher. What do you call it? Substitute teacher. My brother's a substitute teacher, and you can't touch these kids not with your pinky finger. You can't yell at them. You can't raise your voice. You can't order them. You can't do anything. If you did, you get reprimanded, written up, suspended, whatever it took, because the children are our future.
Get the fucked up future of people that can't deal with the actual realities of the world when people are not going to kiss your ass and do what you want out there.
Who don't know shit, who don't know how to deal with shit, is expecting, like you said, everything to be handed to them, no repercussions,
no consequences,
no nothing. So you get this stupid little girl here who thinks that you can just tell a judge,
fuck you. I mean, literally, seriously. So this is so ignorant. But then when I think about, because I was watching some college dude, wide receiver, whatever, I don't know what position he was, and he was like, yo, the coach, he was rude to me. He spoke to me. I just want you to speak to me like a man. I'm thinking, but you're not a man. You're a player on his team, and if you're fucking up, hey, you fucked up. Get your shit right. Get your head out of your ass and do it. If you use that kind of language and projected your voice, you get suspended. So my thing is, okay, unless you know that you're not going to go to the pros, because if you go to the pros and they're paying you those millions of dollars, you don't like the fact that they're cursing you out, then get the fuck off the team. Those millions that you think you're going to get, you ain't getting it. You understand? So this is not even preparing people, those particular kids, for the actual next level in their particular discipline. Forget life. The fact that, you think that everyone is going to talk to you the way you want them to talk to you, and you deserve all of this equal footing no matter what the circumstances. So even if someone is your boss or your instructor or your whatever, they must be on your level and you must be on their level at all times. I don't believe in that. Imagine how the military would go if the drill sergeant who's trying to teach one of the soldiers that you have to run headfirst into this minefield and do all these different things, and the guy is fucking up. Could you not step on that claymore over there because blow you up and then subsequently blow up the rest of it?
Fuck you, Sarge.
Oh well, you should really listen to it's bullshit, because if you have to instill discipline in people, a lot of times, because I know whenever my family said, oh, Andre, don't do that, or don't do that, whatever, when that strap came across my ass, I listened. I was thinking about that little bastard brother of mine show set me up one day when I was serving up these clowns in Skelly. You might have been one of them. And he walked off with Thomas. And my mother came and Thomas' mother came up the block, and Thomas' mother had that strap going across her shoulder. I knew the shit was over. My shit was finished. The game was over. Everything was done. It was a wrap. I knew it was going to happen because I basically took my eye off my brother. She didn't tell me, oh, next time be careful. No. That strap came down on me, and I never took my eye off this dude again when he was on the block, because, the consequences, the dude could be abducted. Who knows what could have happened?
Just like getting your fingers chopped off.
Yeah, literally. So, I mean, this sense of entitlement, I mean, this story is perfect. This thing should be, sent out to everybody, because what was on this woman's mind, if it was not drugs, to make her think that she could actually do this to a judge and think that it was acceptable?
I don't know. Yeah, the follow-up story should be, 18-year-old gets jailhouse rape. No, gets watered on by Brazilian.
Yep. Besides with his holy milk, right?
Ah, man, good
After
stuff.
he did a couple of enhancements.
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so
anyway,
that's it. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. Whatever.
So that is our show. We will be back next week. Ken Skillet Sauce. This is Insanity Check. Once again, we're on Facebook at Insanity Check. Twitter, Insanity Check 12, and our YouTube channel, Insanity Check Radio.
Hey, how long you gonna
We're trying to